On today's show, we celebrate a few of our favorite stories through the eyes of a Minnesota Bound storyteller. Photojournalist Kyle Heidenreich documents many of our most profound outdoor stories, and today he shares his best work.
Minnesota Bound, presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hi everybody, Bill and I welcome you to Minnesota Bound.
Along with photojournalist Kyle Heidenreich.
Hey guys.
One of the people who helps us gather and share Minnesota Bound stories. Welcome.
Thanks, good to be here.
Kyle, how many years have you been with the Minnesota Bound family now?
Oh man, it's been almost 9 years now already.
A lot of years. Do you have a favorite part, or what do you love about capturing stories?
Well, it's awesome to get the opportunity to meet interesting people and have experiences all over Minnesota.
Which leads us to our first story about a fishing guide.
A guy named Knuckey is one of the more inspiring people I've met on the road, and this is his story.
On Fish Lake near Duluth, Minnesota, unmistakable sounds call anglers to the water. Growing up, Knuckey always knew he was called to this water to be a fishing guide. What he didn't know was the path he would take to get here.
But I knew I wanted to be a serious fisherman when I'm 3 years old. I think we're ready to launch.
Good morning. Ready to go fishing?
Yeah, let's go fishing. Hop in the boat.
Following his outdoor passions came easy until one unforgettable winter day.
It was December 16th of 2012.
Zach and three buddies set out to ice fish.
We got halfway to our spot when my bootlace came undone. So I bent down to tie my bootlace, and when I stood up, I got pain on my back, and it shot down my legs.
He dropped to the ice, paralyzed from the waist down.
It was scary. I guess I can't even put it into words.
Zach suffered a rare spinal cord stroke.
I remember sitting in the hospital with them and him looking at me and saying, "Dad, I don't want to be like this."
I cried my eyes out for days. I don't cry. We all cried. After that, I decided it's time to get to work.
Zach spent more than 150 days in the hospital and hundreds more at the Courage Kenny Rehabilitation Center in Golden Valley, Minnesota. There, he learned to walk again.
At one point, I was able to walk over a mile in a walker.
He just has such courage and such strength and a lot of faith.
His faith gave him the ability to walk, but a pinched nerve once again took it away.
He just gets knocked down. You know, he's lost everything. He's lost his strength, his ability to walk, his ability to do anything.
But he never lost sight of his dreams.
He gets up and he goes again.
In 2014, he started building custom fishing rods.
Once I picked up a rod and started turning it in my hands and figured out the finished product, looked at it and said, "Hey, look what I just did."
That gave him the confidence to launch Water's Edge Guide Service.
I said, okay, I want to be a fishing guide. I want to make my dreams come true. There's nothing out here that I can't do that anybody else can do. I can go anywhere anybody else can go, I can do anything anybody else can do. And that's the beauty of it, is I don't have any handicap out here.
Zach's changing the world out of a wheelchair that can inspire people to get out and follow your dreams.
There you go. Oh. And helping others catch fish along the way. Kiss it? I'll kiss it. Walleye! Nice job, guide.
I am so incredibly proud of him.
Zach Knuckey lives each day by a simple motto.
You gotta live life, and you gotta live it happy.
Because dreams that may seem impossible can always come true.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, Ice Castle Fish House and RV, Leech Lake Area Tourism, and by Coors Light.
Today we're celebrating the work of photojournalist Kyle Heidenreich.
Yep, I still remember the day you pitched this next story.
It was a story about surfing, and that doesn't happen every day in Minnesota, so the weather is a major factor, and it's actually a miracle we were able to capture it in the first place, so here it is.
Today we got this big snowstorm. This is gonna be a wetter, heavier snow, talking anywhere from 2 to 9 inches from northwest to southeast. So this is a perfect day for high waves and strong winds on Lake Superior for places like Duluth and the North Shore. The fetch, as we call it, is coming all across Lake Superior. So hundreds of miles of open water so the waves can build. Air's blowing from Thunder Bay in the northern end of the lake all the way south. The best chance to get big waves will be today.
Well, you know, anytime there's a big storm coming, that's when you start looking. You want to catch it right when the wind shuts off. You get pumped, like you have all this adrenaline coursing because you've got all this anticipation, and it's really hard to go to sleep that night. It's like right before going to Disneyland. In California, there's lots of surfers because it's easy to get surf. In Minnesota, you have to work a lot harder. It's not just handed to you, and you're gonna have to drive. Once you get there, it's pretty much get suited up and into the water as fast as you can, because every second you're outside that car and not in the water, you're losing heat. It's really interesting because you do get used to it.
If you're a water person, it's great. If not, it's kind of like, why would you get that cold to get out in the water to do that? But it is worth it. You just got to be safe. This lake is alive for sure.
When the swell comes, you gotta be ready and be available. If you can only surf weekends, you're only gonna get 1 or 2 days of surf a year.
I think it's just a bunch of suckers from California like me who want to surf, and this is what we got.
You know, it's really freeing because you can really spend a lot of time in life getting caught up in work and family and all your obligations. But when you're surfing, there's so many moving parts, you can only focus on that. It doesn't allow your mind to travel on to all those other things that stress you out and distract you in your daily life.
It gets colder. This is medium cold. We've been out there 0 degrees.
I was gonna try to save up a little energy and then come back in here, try to warm up and get back out there.
When I come out, I also have a very clear head, it feels like I'm in a really kind of zen place.
My mouth's a little bit numb too. I can't get all my sounds out.
A lot of guys that surf is their church. It's a lifestyle, it's a choice. There's no equivalent.
Closed captioning provided by Star Bank.
Minnesota Bound photojournalist Kyle Heidenreich joins us today to share in our storytelling trade.
And this next story is one of your favorites.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts about working here is we're encouraged to find our own stories. And I met this really unique artist who has a really cool process for his work.
Come on. Outdoors has always been just kind of like a part of my life. I've always loved hiking. I've always loved just being outside and being away from everything. And it really doesn't feel like we're in Minneapolis right now. Tina, come on. So I never had a dog, and it's been a blast. She's got eyes that pierce like daggers. She just loves going and venturing around and checking out new things as much as I do. All the ducks and geese hanging out on the ice. Canon EOS 70D. Way too big, but it's fun to play with. It's kind of like I get to hang out with the ducks, so we can be right next to them. I don't really like put my photos anywhere. I just use them for inspiration. Once I started doing photography, I was like, this is awesome. I want to paint this. That's kind of my way of getting people to see my photography is through my paintings, which is kind of odd. I always like to start by just doing a light sketch. The unpredictable nature of watercolors was just so intriguing to me. So it requires a little more planning, placing water strategically. You're kind of committed once you start, and then once you start, you're kind of just going. And then on the flip side, doing it in digital. I kind of wanted to create that watercolor look, but to be able to manipulate it digitally. So it's just kind of fun to relearn something that I already knew, and then just kind of finding new ways to apply that. There's a time-lapse replay. It's always capturing what you're doing on the canvas. You can watch me do my art. The possibilities are basically infinite. It's a lot of fun. Since I've been working digitally, my style has changed. The beauty of working digitally is the fact that you can get right within an image itself and get real fine with your details. And if I don't like where it's going, I can just delete the layer, which is really convenient. Cool to see someone make a connection with your piece that's completely different than why you made it. And seeing their expression and seeing how excited they get when I make those pieces and when I give it to them it's been so much fun that I'm trying to figure out how I can do more of that.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Oreo Cookies and Ritz Crackers. And by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
Up next, photojournalist Kyle Heidenreich. This has been your roughest ride at this story.
It was a fun one of your stories actually. We got to go whitewater rafting down the Kettle River in Minnesota, and it was a tough logistical challenge to keep $20,000 worth of gear dry, but also just a super fun day. I got to go rafting down the river.
Life is too short to not take advantage of this summer escapade.
We're gonna have an awesome day on the river, guys. We got some great water.
Big waves on a river? Sandstone, Minnesota has a few.
So we do a tour on the Kettle River right through Banning State Park. It's the section of the Kettle River that everybody talks about. We're going through Dragon's Tooth Rapids. We're gonna hit Hell's Gate.
Intimidating names. Combine that with a rafting tour and you're bound to have a good time.
Hey, hi Laura. Guys, welcome to the raft shop. We'll get you guys some life jackets so we can get this tour started, guys. And make sure they're snugged up tight on the sides, guys. That's what we use to pull you back in the boat if you fall out, so. Got it. We've got helmets and life jackets on everybody. I think we're ready to get on the bus now and head up to the river.
Load them up, guys. Let's do this. Good.
Number one rule here is the safest place to be is inside of the boat.
With that advice, we're off.
We're gonna walk the boat into the river, guys.
Along with Scout, the river dog, showing us how it's done.
Good, 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 guys. And one more, go.
Let the river roller coaster begin.
It's a whitewater tour. The section we do has 4 Class 3 rapids in it.
The good stuff.
And a couple of Class 2s.
Paddles ready. One forward stroke, go. Good, and one more, go. And one forward, go. Woo! And one more, go. Good, and 2 forward. Woo! And 2 more, go. Woo! Good, and 2 more. Nice job, guys. Woo!
The rapids are not the only delight of this tour. The beauty of the Kettle River is in its name.
It's named after the way the geological kettles are carved into the river. And it's real easy to see they're all over the sides of the river.
Woo! Good team I have today. Great time we had today.
It's thrill-seeking and natural allure, all wrapped into one.
It was super fun. Who knew that Minnesota had whitewater rafting like this?
Honestly, I didn't know what to expect, and then it blew my mind with how gorgeous it was, the scenery, but also the rapids. It was fun, it was intense at times, but overall, it was just awesome.
And we had, Scout in the raft too. That helped out.
Totally helped out.
Tony and Scout, guiding and riding river waves, inviting you to join the thrill all summer long.
It's such a beautiful tour. It's just great to get people out and seeing what beautiful places we have here in Minnesota.
Great story, great work. Any quips from that day, unusual stories?
Well, we managed to keep all the gear dry, but our guy got stung by a bee and he was allergic.
Allergic, and we did not have an EpiPen. He's okay, but boy, did we paddle to shore fast.
Sure did.
But we captured the story and it was a lot of fun. Well, that about does it for us. We'll see you back here next week.
Keep up the good work, and as we say every week,
don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433.